Well, a sociologist looks at behavior of people and how people interact with one another and whether or not people interact with one another. And in scientists in biotech are often, they're busy with their work. They are sometimes work alone in the beginning. And so what we want to do is to encourage the life science folks to get out and meet one another. And just as we did in the presentation today, is talking about we need to have the scientist in Central Europe be meeting with the scientist in the United States, or as they're meeting in this session, in these 2 days, so they can meet one another, talk, and oftentimes there's a fear because of language. But we see today that we have 2 languages we're working with English and Polish, and it works out pretty well. And of course, we're really happy for those of us who are primarily English speakers, that pretty much wherever we go in the world and talking to scientists, we can almost always communicate. And a lot of people are afraid, a lot of Americans are afraid, well, if I get outside the United States and I go to Poland, I won't be able to talk to anybody. But then I tell them that since 1989, English has been a language taught in schools. So I know that if I'm in the central train station in Warsaw and I get lost, I can find someone who's fairly young and talk with them and say, how do I get to the train? And they'll say, oh, you go this way and turn over there. So there's no difficulty. And I just finished going to Hong Kong and Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, Ceylon, Sri Lanka as it's called today, and Dubai, and never had any trouble. And that's part of that, is teaching people how they can interact with one another so easily in the world. And in the United States, I have to talk to the people there about what the people in Poland are like, how they behave, and that they should get together and learn more about what's happening in Poland. So I think sociologists bring people together and try to get them to talk with one another. And we observe, I work with hospitals, and we observe the scientists in the universities, and we talk to them, say, you need to be working with the people in the hospitals to commercialize your basic science. And that's a difficult thing to do, but it's working, and we're bringing people together as we see in this conference.